Good day to you. So, to those of you who don't know, my name is Aisha, to some, Osana to others. Um, and this is not one of my normal podcasts. It's just an opportunity that I thought I would take to talk about a certain topic, something that occurred today. Um, if you didn't listen to my introduction video, to catch you up to speed, I have been on a detox cleansing regimen since the beginning of the year. And that also included me cutting off communication with family and friends. Now, do I sometimes talk to my sons? Absolutely. My mother, yes. But outside of that, basically I really don't talk to anyone because I wanted to be focused on my detox and cleanse journey. I'm serious about this thing. You could probably hear my congestion. um, the body is really releasing some things, and I'm very grateful for that. I have some things that I need to work on, and I wanted to take the first quarter of the year to do so I have the rest of the year to eat, whatever, and go wherever and speak to whomever, right? But this time is dedicated for me, for me. And so what happened today was I was talking to my son, and because I had to get some information from him regarding my podcast, and after we hung up, I put my phone and my headphones that were connected to the phone on the table, and I walked into the kitchen. And then all of a sudden, I heard this noise. I didn't know where this noise was coming from. So I walked back into the living room to try to figure out where the noise was coming from. It was coming from my phone. And it was really loud because, again, my headphones were connected to the cell phone. And so when I looked down at the phone, it had my friend's name on it. Now, mind you, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not talking to anyone. So I didn't call her. But when I began to speak to her, because it wouldn't have been polite to just hang up on her, right? She proceeded to tell me how she was thinking about me yesterday. She wanted to talk to me. She had been going through some things physically, and then also mentally, emotionally. So, how many of you know that when it comes to the mind, body, spirit, and emotions, that you can't have an issue with one of them without affecting the other three? Let me say that again. When it comes to the mind, body, spirit, and emotions, you can't have a problem with one of them without affecting the other three. And that's what I'm going to really talk about on my channel here. It's not a solo type of deal. Some of us think that because our bodies aren't displaying symptoms that causes us major discomfort, that everything else in our body is going well. Everything else in our experience is going well as far as mind, body, emotions, and spirit. No, 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 no. And I will break it down as to how it's all associated. But in this particular situation, my friend said she wanted to talk to me. I wouldn't have called her. And I probably wouldn't have seen her call if she tried to call me, because my phone isn't working in that way these days, right? I'm not receiving calls. So Spirit has a hell of a way to make things happen. I just want to say that. A hell of a way. So we've had like a counseling or therapy session. I wanted to say many, but it couldn't have been many because I think we were on the phone for an hour plus. But this is what I have to say. I decided to go on this healing detox journey alone because I knew that there was some things that I had to press through in order to be on the new journey that the Creator has set before me. Things that that I feel that I'm purposed to do that will contribute to my happiness in life. Because how many of you know that true happiness is associated with a purpose-driven life? Do I have to say that again? If you're not doing what you're purposed to do, meaning that thing that fulfills you, that energizes you, that you can do without earning a dollar for, over and over and over again. If you're not doing that thing that in some way is a service to humanity, if that part of you is not fulfilled, it will be hard, not impossible, hard to feel the happy joy cup inside of you. Yeah, it will be hard. So I'm working towards, no, I'm on my path of fulfillment right now. And I don't need any outside distractions. But let me tell you, this conversation was purposeful as well. Now, those of you who heard or seen my intro video, you know that my educational credentials are associated with counseling therapy, right? And because I was a single parent, when I finished my master's degree, I wasn't able to get the hours that were necessary in order to attain my license for therapy, to become a therapist. But I've been given a new opportunity to do so. So I'm on that path as of right now. I'm also being certified in cognitive behavior therapy and couples counseling. Today I was able to use a technique from cognitive behavior therapy. I didn't even see it coming. I just added that shit in like, whoop. Anyway, she said it worked. Anyway, back to the topic. Did I tell you the topic? Okay, here's the topic. We all have issues in life that seem to be a struggle. Or we have that issue in life that is presented as an obstacle, right? So it doesn't, the necessary steps to take don't come to you easily. It's like you have to work for it. Like those who are having a difficult time losing weight. They don't automatically get up every morning saying, I feel like running on that treadmill today. You know, everybody don't get up with that type of mentality. It's something that you have to work towards, even if it means that you have to talk yourself into it every day. That's what you have to do. Talk yourself into it every day. And that is the same practice. This is a practical tool. This is the same practice that you have to utilize in every area of life that stumps you, that seems to have you stuck in a downward spiral, and even in certain situations may have you depressed. You're sad about either your present condition, your present state, the present outcome of the situation, and then you begin to project into negativity continuously. Negative thoughts about a situation. A lot of times, negative thoughts about things that haven't even occurred or things that aren't true. Okay, that's depression. Sometimes, your thoughts will become irrational, right? But this is what I want to say. I understood the practice of self-preservation, self-determination. Basically, it's just the ministry of self. How you have to be your ministry. And you have to find a way to push through those difficult times, even if there's no one there to be your cheerleader. No one. And so this was the one of the reasons why I chose to isolate, because I didn't want any outside interference, and I definitely didn't want the cheerleader mentality from friends, nor did I want to discuss things that may seem to take on a negative tone, right? As far as the whatever issue that I'm dealing with. I just didn't want to keep perpetuating a negative thought, a negative belief, a negative situation, something that I'm overcoming, right? So I had to begin to motivate me. I had to begin to coach me. I had to begin to counsel me. And I did that, and I'm doing that every morning by, first of all, creating a routine of self-love, self-care every day. I know that my mental space isn't very clear. My emotional space is not vibrating high. My body is vibrating low if I don't start with movement and meditation. If I'm not meditating, baby, you won't get the happy-go-lucky, persona from me. You won't. I got to get up and do that breathe work, that breath work. I have to get up and sit in silence and stillness so I can hear and I can commune with spirit. I have to get all of that right before I can deal with the world. And my body is saying, baby, if you don't get up and move, jumping around, do these gorilla squats and all the other the crunches and the lunges, all of that, we're not going to feel that good to you today. We're not going to put you in a state of well-being. You're not going to feel like you're in a state of well-being physically. And if you're not feeling like you're in a state of well-being physically, then emotionally, you're probably going to feel a little jacked up. Feel like you don't feel well, or feel like you're too tired, or feel achy, which means that you want to go lay down, and just that affects your attitude when it comes to interacting with others. You see how all of this is associated? So my friend was going through something where she was sick for about a week, down bad. End of the week, she wanted to talk to me because not only was she physically not feeling well, but emotionally and mentally not feeling well. And Spirit made a way, the Creator made a way for her to get in contact with me and for us to have the discussion that we had. It was a wonderful discussion. However, I had to remind her and me, even though I know this and I preach it to myself daily, but I can still be reminded every day that you are your motivator. You inspire you. You have everything you need in here for inspiration. When you meditate, pray, talk to the Creator. When you get your body moving, you got to talk yourself into getting to the place of beginning the movement. Like I've been talking to myself for the past couple of weeks, baby, you got to get on that treadmill. You got to go run. Yeah, you've been doing all the, what am I doing? Taekwondo, all the martial art movement, move the energy, and that works. Oh my God. I'm an advocate for that. But I need to run too. Okay? For so many reasons. And so I've been talking to myself the past couple of weeks. Get your ass over there to that gym. You just got to walk a few feet. Run. And so I don't get up naturally wanting to run. No one gets up naturally wanting to do many things that they feel are obstacles. right? So if you're having a difficult time in any area of life, you cannot wait to see if things are going to just magically change without you putting in some type of work. Some type of work. So normally when we're in a place of despair, there is something wounded inside of us, right? There is a deeper issue at play, and the wound is surfacing. You probably were triggered by some event in life, and you start to replay these low, limiting beliefs about yourself that probably are lies. But somewhere inside of you, you believe it to be true, no matter if you have any evidence to support it. And sometimes we do need another party to remind us that your thoughts are not factual. I mean, you can make it true. You can make it true. Whatever you say is, will be. So if that's how you want to live, I'm not going to co-sign the shit, but I will back up and let you continue. I will become the observer, and I will listen for the truth, whether it's coming from you or the creator. So I have to remind people that you are powerful beings. We all are powerful beings. We have everything that we need inside of us. And some of you know the old saying, we have the power of life and death within the tongue. And that right there is 100. You have the power of life and death in your tongue. Everything about you is polarity. Where there's a right arm, there's a left arm. Where there's a right eye, there's a left eye. Where there's a top of the head, there's a bottom of the feet. Where there's a front, there's a back. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that you can speak good as well as evil. You can do good as well as evil. You can think high, vibrational, heavenly thoughts, or low, vibrational, hellion thoughts. Okay? You are capable of it all. But understand that you also are in power. You are in control. You rule that throne of self and everything that it encompasses. You control all of this. So when you feel like things are getting out of control and you no longer have the wheel, remind yourself that this vehicle here and everything that's included, you are the captain. You are the God over your throne. Let me say this body here, because I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying. You have been given dominion over this. What you say goes. So if you feel like a situation has gotten out of control and you no longer can control it, all you have to do is take it back simply by speaking life into it. Speaking what it is that you are commanding into the situation. And if you have to do it every day, do it every day. If you have to do it 2 times a day, do it 2 times a day. If you have to do it morning, lunch, and dinner, do it. But remember and always remind yourself that you only allow things to happen. Let me say this. Let me reverse that. There are some things that look like that seem to look like it's out of your control. And this video here is not to dispute that. I'll do that on another video. But this one, that's not what this is. Even when things occur in your life that you don't desire, that throws a monkey wrench into your experience. You can't undo it. So the only option you have is decide how you're going to move forward. Now you can move forward in positivity and gratitude that it wasn't worse, and gratitude that you still have this and that. You still have life. You still have strength. You still have this or that, whatever the situation is. It's always polarity. Remember that. Out of every situation that you deem as bad, there's always a lesson of a lesson meant for you to grow from. Let me say that. I don't want to say it's a good. Well, the lesson can be good because if it can evolve you in your state of being, then that is good, right? So there is always a flip side to every situation. Can we agree on that? Maybe, possibly. Some of y'all probably don't think so because we can get stuck into a pattern of negativity and it can start to rule our lives. But know that negativity begets negativity. Low vibrations, and that's what negative is vibrating low. You're very far away from the creator's vibration. You're very far away from the manifestation. Let me tell you the energy of manifestation. It feels something like an orgasm. How long has it been since you had one of them? Do you remember what that feel like? If you're not operating on an orgasmic frequency, you kind of not where the creator is. You can't possibly know how it feels to be engulfed in the creator's energy. That's where happiness is. That's where joy is. Gratitude keeps you up there. And other activities will take you to that place. Constant movement, we call it dancing. Laughing. There are so many things that can take you to that place. Meditation, breath work. So if you're not dwelling in that range up here, we call that high vibration, high frequency, then you're down here. And down here, you open yourself up. The lower that you go, you open yourself up to experiences that you don't necessarily desire. So know that your thoughts, your words, your actions, your emotions contribute to the experiences that you have in life. Now, if it doesn't resonate with you right now, I bet you if we had a one-on-one, I can show you. I can point out some things to you. How you probably were thinking negative when that happened. How you had a streak of negativity and then all of a sudden a month later this happens. Or how you were, so, happy, jovial, all of that during a certain period of time and then something great happens. You know what I'm saying? Or you had your mind on something that you really wanted to manifest and blah, blah, blah. You would think about it, dream about it, talk about it, be happy about it. And all of a sudden, not all of a sudden sometimes, but sometimes it is all of a sudden. It's in your reality. It becomes a part of your reality. And so that is how powerful and magical we are. We don't understand how we have the power of life and death in the tongue when it comes to not only demolishing somebody, but we do it to ourselves first. And it comes with our health. We love to use different sayings like, he killed me. Okay. You get on my nerves, you make me sick. All right. All of this is at play, especially when you associate emotion with the words. When you are doubling down on your words and the attitude, Oh, you manifested. When you anxiety, oh, you're manifesting. Anger. Now, here's the thing about anger. There's a place for anger. And anger is normally coming from a place of disappointment and sadness, being brokenhearted, So there's a place for anger, and the place is to filter it out of your body. Meaning, if you need to get angry, you need to scream, yell, go punch a punching bag, break something or what have you. Don't break anybody's property. But if you need to go to one of those rooms where you can throw dishes and shit, do that. If you need to go to the batting cages, do that. If you need to go to the gym and hit a bag a few times, do that. If you need to get on the treadmill and run it out, do that. It is to be filtered out of the body so that it can shift and it won't get stuck down in your liver, because that is the organ that anger is assigned to. And well, that's another podcast. So I think what I'm trying to convey, the message I'm trying to convey, is you are the I just want to make sure I use my words right. I want to say the God. And see, the God is to me, the word God can be applied to many things. Anything that you put your focus, your attention on, anything that is it has any level of importance to you, more than yourself, okay? Then that's a God, right? The Creator is, to me, is more powerful of a word because it is all things. All things that is, was, and ever will be. That's the Creator. That all things come from. And nothing can trump a Creator. But there have been many gods, right? So, and if we look at just in the world of religions, different religions, they all have their own gods. But there's only one Creator, and all of them line up to that Creator as well, whether they use the name or not. Anyway, so I want to say you are the God of your reality. Like, the Creator is not a respecter of person, and it definitely doesn't go against your will. So if the Creator doesn't go against your will, that means that you have reign and ruling over you and your life and what you decide to do. If you think about it, you can have it, whether it's positive or negative. If you dream a dream of let's say riches, and how you're going to get there, and blah blah blah, if you're able to take your mind, your mental, to that place, that means that it's attainable. So I just want you to know that you're powerful in your being. So when you allow a situation to keep you stuck because you feel like you have no way out, look in the mirror. That's your way out. Look in the mirror. That is your way out. You have to talk to that person in the mirror and motivate him or her to make a move, even if it's a small one. But you have to it's like what we have to do to little kids. They start throwing tantrums when things don't go their way. We do the same thing as adults. And you have to kind of, for those who don't believe in spankings, whoopings, we believe in talking to our children. We have to sit down and we have to talk and explain how we can get through this, or why it has to be this way, or if you just do this or that, then you can have what you want, type of thing. And that's the same with being an adult. When shit don't go your way and that little kid inside of you starts to throw a tantrum and act up and want to be sad, mad, and depressed, what can you do? Baby, look at yourself in the mirror and tell that little person, if you start to do this, then the reward will be reaped over here. If you stop thinking so negative, if you stop saying negative things about yourself, if you stop thinking negative things about yourself, if you stop believing negative things about yourself, if you stop perpetuating negative behavior, then things will start to shift in your world. But once you remove one stronghold, you got to fill it with something else. So that means if you stop that, but you got to start speaking or affirming righteousness over you, affirming greatness over you, affirming power over you, right? You can't just let that space be void. You're removing out the negative. You got to fill it with the positive. And that is an ongoing practice every single day. And I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. I'm looking at me in the camera. So I'm talking to me too. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this was motivational, inspirational, whatever. I hope this had some kind of impact on you by listening to it. I had a great conversation with my friend today. It was divine, in divine order, as she said. And of course, it resulted in this video here, but it was a video to remind her and I that we sit on the throne of our lives, of our reality. And don't ever step down from the throne and allow life or another person or negative thinking, beliefs, or anything to rule. And when you find yourself doing that, when you find yourself moving away from the throne to relinquish power to something else undeserving, then just remind yourself, speak life back into yourself and tell yourself to go reclaim it and move that thing off to the side. And all you have to do is speak it, command it to move, and it shall, right? Speak, command it to move, and it shall be moved. If that's what you believe, if that's what you want. I don't have anything else to say. But peace and love to you. Peace and love to you. And I affirm greatness in you. And my channel will be about reminding you of who you are and helping you to learn more about who you are through me and my experiences. You will hopefully be enlightened about you and your life and reclaiming the throne. Peace out.